Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a good Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking the haze that will be lingering with us as we head through the midweek. And we could even throw in a few showers and storms as we head through the day tomorrow. So let's get right to that live look at downtown Utica on our Bank of Utica iNet camera, where it is currently 84 degrees. But because of the dew point at 58 and that variable wind at 3 miles an hour, it actually feels a tad cooler than that. It feels like 83, but those dew points will come back up again as we head through the next couple of days. So we've had a few showers and storms this afternoon in Hamilton, portions of northern Herkimer County. Temperatures are cooler there, more like 73 in Old Forge right now, but the rest of us are into the lower and middle 80s with the exception of Oneonta as well. Southern Otsego County at 79 degrees at this time. Temperatures across the region are give or take about 1 to 3 degrees warmer than yesterday for most of us, with the exception of Old Forge, which is 0 degrees warmer than it was at this time yesterday. Those dew points as well warmer to the southeast and cool and to the northwest, and sandwich right between. We've got dew point values that measure how much moisture is in the air. Those are in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. And of course, the big story over the last couple of days has been the air quality. So that air quality alert, as Thomas mentioned earlier in the show, has been extended through Wednesday, and our air quality tomorrow is expected to be similar to the way it was today in the unhealthy for sensitive groups category. So there's some of those downpours I was telling you about around the Old Forge area right now, as well as portions of Hamilton County. Not much impacts from that other than just a few lightning strikes. And as far as the satellite and radar is concerned, we still have high pressure and control, keeping much of the cloudiness, except for the smoke obviously, at bay down toward the south and east, and most of the precipitation. But it'll start to let up as we head through the day tomorrow, that high pressure that is. So that means not only will we see the smoke, but we will see some clouds and some showers and storms bubbling up as we head through the afternoon. Not good for those of you that have vacation time, but good for those of you that have to garden or are farmers, because you definitely need the rain. They're looking a little, those lawns are looking a little brown after the lack of rain that we've seen recently over the last couple of days. The smoke will continue to be with us through at least the day tomorrow in light to moderate intensity, but as I'll show you in a second, that is going to change, thankfully. So the trend is driven by the upper air pattern, not so much by what's happening at the surface. And the trend is leaning more toward of a southwesterly direction once we get beyond the day tomorrow into Thursday, and that would result in less smoke or haze for central New York. Temperatures during the day tomorrow, well, we'll see more of those showers and storms down toward the south and east, will be cooler, more like the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. But from Utica up toward the northwest, you'll be in the lower and middle 80s. 85 is the expected high downtown. We should be around 81 degrees at this time of year, and it looks like once we get into the 6 to 10 day period, we could be well above that, possibly into the 90 to 95 degree range. So we'll see about that. But 85 for tomorrow. Thursday and Friday, both very similar in terms of temperatures, 86 and 66 for the high and low respectively. We'll see a blend of sun and clouds both days, and that will continue into the weekend, but we could see temperatures making a run at the upper 80s to around 90 degrees, and then we could exceed 90 degrees Monday with a chance of showers and storms thanks to an upper level low coming in, and that looks to linger into Tuesday. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Still to come on.
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And welcome back, everybody, on your Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking this relentless poor air quality that will be with us at least through the day tomorrow. But at least the bright side for those of you that are gardeners or farmers, we will have some chances for rain. So let's get right to our iNet camera, which shows you that we have a current temperature of 71 degrees. We also have a bit of that haze out there right now, although it's kind of harder to see because it's dark outside. And it is 61 for that dew point, east-northeasterly breeze at 5 miles an hour at this time. Temperatures from other portions of the region up toward the north, we have the middle and upper 60s. Same thing down toward the south. Hamilton is the cool spot right now in our viewing area at 63, but you don't have to go far to find Syracuse and Camden both at 73 at this time. As far as high temperatures earlier today, where we did have some showers and even a few rumbles of thunder up toward the north, we had temperatures there that were into the low 80s. Old Forge got up to 81 today, but it got up to 86 86 in Camden, Boonville, and in downtown Utica. Same thing in Saratoga Springs. Syracuse off toward the west had a high of 87. As far as those dew points right now, they've come up a couple of degrees. So up toward the north, we've got the middle and upper 50s. The rest of us, though, into the lower and middle 60s, as I just mentioned. And dew points are going to remain in that range as we head through the next couple of days. Something that's also going to remain through at least tomorrow is this air quality alert, not only in effect for the state of New York, as Thomas mentioned earlier in the show, but also for most of the region. That's for elevated particulate levels due to the smoke, and we are going to be in the AQI category of unhealthy for sensitive groups. So be mindful of some of those tips that Alexander Dern was also talking about at the beginning of the show. Maybe wearing an N95 mask if you still have one for those that are immunocompromised, heart and lung disease. What you're seeing on the radar right now is just some ground clutter, no precipitation falling, but that's going to change over the next 12 to 24 hours when we'll have some showers and storms. And the reason why we've had all this dry weather recently, other than just the haze and the clouds, is we have an area of high pressure and control. But that is going to let up a little bit as we head through. It'll still be with us through the weekend, but it will be with us through at least somewhat with us through at least tomorrow, and that's the reason why we'll be seeing those showers, because it won't be as intense. So you'll notice we've got those showers with us during the day on Wednesday, a lot of the haze and the clouds as well. Temperatures making their way into the middle, possibly the upper 80s, with low to moderate levels of humidity, and it looks like we could see a shower or thunderstorm threat again as we head through Thursday, although it's not looking as numerous as the day tomorrow. We'll see light to moderate amounts of near surface smoke during the day tomorrow, but you'll definitely notice it once again in the middle and upper levels of the atmosphere. So obviously the smoke trends are driven by the upper air pattern, which trends toward more of a southwesterly direction once we get beyond tomorrow. So if that holds true, it would lead to less smoke and haze across central New York. Temperatures across the region tomorrow in the lower to middle 80s, and we could be trending up into the 90s once we get past the 6 to 10 day period. We could be near there once we head into the weekend with low to moderate levels of humidity, and it looks like we could be dealing with an upper level low heading our way for both Monday and Tuesday, triggering some showers and storms. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Colgate football.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking a few more days of, or at least one more day of relentless air quality that will still be poor. Although the good news is that we will have a few showers and even a thunderstorm or two as we head into our Wednesday afternoon. So let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where obviously you can't see it right now, but smoke will briefly reduce visibility as we head through the overnight hours, and again during the day tomorrow, just like we've had over the last couple of days. Temperature out there right now 71. The dew point is hovering into the lower 60s. The winds are out of the east at 7 miles an hour at this time. As far as other numbers from around the region, most of us are down into the 60s right now. In fact, it's 6D in Old Forge at this time, but over Oneida County we've got 71 in both in Syracuse, I should say, it's 71, but closer to home, it's 71 in Camden, and in Utica, 73 in Boonville right now. So those are your warm spots. That's after we had high temperatures today for most of us into the lower and middle 80s, but up in Old Forge, it was cooler because we did have a shower and thunderstorm move through earlier this afternoon into this evening. So it got up to 81 there, 86 in Camden, Boonville, and Utica, 87 over in Syracuse, and it was 85 over in Albany. As far as those dew points, as I mentioned, most of us are into the lower 60s there, but Boonville's at 59, Old Forge at 55. So still rather comfortable, although noticeably humid, although we're not at least seeing the oppressive humidity levels like we saw for most of the month of July. What we are still seeing, though, is an air quality alert that has been extended, as Thomas mentioned, through the day on Wednesday for elevated particulate levels due to the wildfire smoke being drawn in from the westerly winds from Canada, and will be under the unhealthy for sensitive groups category again tomorrow with AQI values between 101 and 150. So as Alexander Dern mentioned at the beginning of the show, you might want to bring an N95 mask with you, especially if you're immunocompromised, those with heart and lung disease, very young children, and very old elderly adults as well, especially if you have to spend any time outside. The radar is dry other than just a bit of ground clutter that we're seeing thanks to high pressure and control, and that's what's keeping the weather calm and mainly cloud free other than the haze that we're seeing out there right now. It's been in control over the last couple of days and will continue to be in control for the most most part until about Sunday or Monday of next week. I'll show you that in the 7-day forecast. You have to go well to the south to find any clouds and even any significant precipitation. But that will change as we head through the day tomorrow. We'll see some showers and even a few thunderstorms heading our way during the afternoon. As you can see here, some of those could last into the evening on our future cast, and we could see a repeat of that as we head through Thursday. Although Thursday, the threat doesn't look to be as numerous as it is during the day tomorrow. But tune back here tomorrow. We'll let you know if anything changes. Obviously, still light to moderate amounts of near-surface smoke again during the day tomorrow, and it looks like that could be with us as we head through the day on Thursday as well. But it looks like that trend is being driven by the upper air pattern, so it's more of a southwesterly direction on Thursday, which would lead to less smoke and haze over central New York. Temperatures tomorrow getting to the low and mid 80s. Next week, we could be between 90 and 95 for a couple of days, but we'll be close to that even as early as the weekend. Into next week, we'll be dealing with an area of upper level low heading our way that could produce a few storms both Monday afternoon and Tuesday. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan.